Hello everyone. My name is Kiran and I'm from Aussizz Group Perth. We are back again with another live session with another higher education provider. Today we have Arabella Zhao from Murdoch University. Welcome Arabella to our FB live session. And I've got another two of my team members, Harvey and Wendy too, from Northbridge office. So welcome Arabella to our live session.
Thank you.
Okay, Arabella. So in today's live session, we are going to talk about Murdoch, what Murdoch is, what courses Murdoch has. So we'll be talking everything in detail. So students, if you have any questions, you can drop down your questions in our comment box. And at the end of the session, we'll try to answer all your queries and questions. Okay, so Arabella. So Arabella is recruitment regional manager in Murdoch University. So she'll be having all the answers, whichever inquiries we have. So she's going to answer those questions. So Arabella, to start with, can you please tell me what makes Murdoch University a unique one?
Yep. Sure. Hello, everyone. Just have a quick intro of myself again. I'm Arabella from Murdoch University International Office. I'm the regional manager. So basically, I'm just going to talk to the students, inquire about Murdoch courses. So what makes Murdoch unique? Let's talk about our history a little bit. So we are actually the second universities established in WA. So Murdoch University established 1975. So we are nearly reached our 50 years anniversary. At campus, we actually are one of the largest campus even in Australia, purely because we do have very different range of courses provided to international students. Also, for each our schools, we have real-world facilities available to our students, starting with bachelor degree all the way until PhD. So again, we are public universities and we are comprehensive. So different range of courses. So Murdoch, we have a beautiful campus. So all the students coming to our campus really enjoy their study experience, and we have very friendly professors, which give a lot of one-on-one consultation to our students. We have different kind of students, international student association. Once the student join to study at Murdoch, they can also make a lot of friends coming from all over the world. So this is our lovely campus in Perth.
Oh, thank you, Arabella, and congratulations on your 50th anniversary. So that's good to know that it's been like 50 years Murdoch is in the market. So yeah, and Arabella, can you please highlight on your different campuses and the facilities provided to the international students on your campus?
Sure. I'm from Murdoch University Perth campus. So we have a main campus actually in Perth, which is the main city from Western Australia. But we also have two international campuses around the world. So one campus available in Singapore and the other campus available in Dubai. So both are the three campuses having a different range of courses, are all available to our international students.
Oh, that means Murdoch is a global university, so it has international campuses as well.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's good to know. Thank you, Arabella, for your answer. Harvey, do you have a question for Arabella?
Yes, Arabella. Yeah, I got a question. I'm just wondering what are the courses available at Murdoch and what are the typical intakes?
Sure. So as everyone perhaps know, in Australia, we are actually on the other side of the world. So the university here, we have two intakes available a year. So for international students, are same as domestic students. So we have a February intake, which is normally start by the middle of February. And also we have a second semester available as a July intake. So speaking of our courses at Murdoch, as I mentioned earlier, we are public university comprehensive. So we have a major courses start with everyone perhaps familiar with business. We have courses in law. We have courses in education, IT, engineering, health, Of course, one of the famous, a lot of international students know about Murdoch is our veterinary science. So as everyone perhaps know, we also have communications. So we have arts. So a lot of different choices really for our international students, depends on what they like.
That's great. Yeah, you pretty much offer all kinds of courses.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I'll pass to Wendy. Wendy, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I think just follow up with his question, because you just say that we like provide a wide range of courses in Murdoch,
Yep.
and I guess what is the level of most of your course in Murdoch? Like, do they have start from like lower level, like certificate or diploma or foundation, and up until like you say PhD? So is it available for all course or just for some course only? And what do you think, in your like opinion, is the most like a more popular course choice for international students?
Sure. So as we are university, which is considered as a tertiary level of study, so at Murdoch University, we start the courses starting from bachelor degree. So, and then up until we have postgraduate courses, we'll start from graduate certificate, then graduate diploma, and then end up with master degree, then PhD. As perhaps most of the international students are wondering, okay, do you have, as Wendy just mentioned, do you have a foundation program? Do you have English program? Yes, we do. We do have a pathway provider, which available at Murdoch campus, are providing our academic English courses, and also providing foundation and diploma level courses as well. So all I mentioned, it is available across our different range, all to international students.
That's good to know. So, international students can get more option, right? And it's as well as I think follow up with that as well. For some specific course like engineering or health or IT, do they need like previous experience to
Yeah.
enroll in that, or?
Yeah. In that question, Wendy, I might break it down to two sections. For example, let's start talking about our undergraduate course. So normally, as most of the international students understand, that's called bachelor degree. So for our bachelor degree courses, so it does require there's a two different part of each requirement as we consider to get to a full offer to study at Murdoch. So two parts, we're looking at students' English level, that's normally we call English requirement, which for most of our undergraduate courses, for example, business, IT, engineering, or lots of science courses, we require international students provide English IELTS result 6.0 and no bands below 6. If students don't really have that equivalent of English results, we can offer students to package with our academic English program, so that will package together with actual bachelor degree courses. That's the first step. And then second part of the entry requirement we're looking at for international students is about their academic entry requirement. For example, if the students are interested to study at Murdoch for bachelor degree, and they do need to provide their high school equivalent qualification. So we need to assess it. So once the students are satisfied with the meet up entry requirement for both English and academic requirement, and Murdoch University will issue the full offer letter to our students to be able to study at Murdoch for bachelor degree. For some of the courses, the entry requirement will be slightly different. For example, law, which is have a higher English requirement, also education, and our veterinary science have a high English requirement as well. So that's actually the general rule for any international students looking at to study bachelor degrees at Murdoch. Apart from that, as I mentioned, at Murdoch University, we also provide postgraduate studies. So for postgraduate studies, we have also two parts to actually ask international students to meet the requirement. The first part, of course, is English. So most of our master degree courses, we require students to provide English requirement of 6.0, IELTS 6.0, and no bands below 6. And in terms of academic requirement, we do require students to provide their bachelor degree a certificate, academic transcript as a part of the entry requirement. So, and then university here will assess it to be able to issue the final full offer to international students.
It's very detailed. And so I think the student can have a rough idea of what they should expect when they come to the course. So I'm gonna pass this back to Kieran. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Wendy, and thank you, Arabella, for such elaborate information regarding the courses. Arabella, just wanted to check about, do you have any popular kind of courses, like what normally international students wants to do in the Murdoch University? So what are those courses?
Sure. Again, I have to divide it for two parts because we do offer a wider range of courses. I always want to discuss about bachelor degree first and then the master degree. So for our bachelor degree, our popular option will be we always can provide students a double major, regardless what courses you study. For example, if the student interested in studying for Bachelor of Business, under that course, we have about 6 to 7 different major available. For example, accounting, finance, marketing. So what Murdoch unique is we can offer students a double major, which means the students can study Bachelor of Business in accounting, plus, for example, finance. So that in a way we can basically help the students get a broader knowledge to be able to help them once they graduate from the bachelor degree and have a better option of employment. On the top of that, if the students interest, for example, IT, for our IT courses, we have very interesting, like 7 majors, which is quite detailed, available to students as well. For example, under our IT courses, we have cybersecurity. That's the very popular major for lots of international students. We have also internet security. We have also mobile apps and web development. These are all the major, very popular among the international students. Another example of our very unique courses is about Bachelor of Engineering. Our engineering course perhaps are quite different with majority of the university in Australia provide. So our top-notch kind of major for engineering is renewable energy, which all of us know that's the future trend around the world. And also we provide the students a double major option of electric power and renewable energy. So that gives students a pretty broader knowledge to able to find a job later on. So even within our engineering courses, we actually guarantee to find the students about 3 months internship. And this is very, very unique and good opportunities for any students interested to study engineering at Murdoch. And then the other part from our house, that will be a lot of international students interested is the veterinary science. Because Murdoch University, we are the only one university in WA providing this veterinary science degree, which is about 5 years. So this be able to give students lessons to be a vet. So a lot of students are interested, if you are interested about animals, it doesn't matter small animals or big animals. So that makes Murdoch University very unique as well. On our campus, we also have a facility. For example, we have 24/7 open to public. That's animal hospitals. And also with our engineering school, we have a facility available to students to use as well. So that all of the facility can be able to help the student to get a hands-on experience. So that leads to our graduates are quite easy to find a job actually. Yeah.
Such a range of big range of courses, and I think that double majors which you just mentioned is kind of a tempting courses which people can enroll for, and obviously if they are trying to get the job in both the sections, so it will be easier for them to get the job either in one, not in, or in the other sections. So yeah, so Arabella, for all these courses which you just mentioned, so do the students, they need to require any specific skills to pursue this course or not?
For bachelor level, no, not because obviously we understand for students that are coming to university to study bachelor degree, which is pretty much as the tertiary education entry level. At Murdoch, we have a free thinking to all of our students. So you don't need to be specifically having skill. If you have a general knowledge, you graduate from high school or equivalent qualification, we all welcome students to apply to our bachelor degree. For the other part, which I haven't mentioned yet, is actually our postgraduate study. It does require students to have a relevant qualification that I do need to emphasize in here. For example, if the students want to study Master of Engineering at Murdoch, you do need to have equivalent like the engineer background when you study, when you graduate from your bachelor degree. So it doesn't apply to, for example, if the students having graduate a bachelor degree in business and then they decide to study Master of Engineering, that cannot get entry into that program. You need to be a relevant background to apply for your master degree. But for bachelor, it does open to everyone.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. And Arabella, as we're talking about the entry requirements for the different courses, so could you please throw some light on the formal and non-formal requirements, like the entry requirements for the courses?
Well, I kind of mentioned before, kind of giving a detail, but I can say just in this format. So at Murdoch University, it doesn't matter you students that apply for our bachelor degree or a master degree, you do need to provide two different kind of evidence, we say, to meet our entry requirement. So one is to provide you English requirement. It does depends on what courses you apply. And also the other part of entry requirement will be academic entry requirement. So will be a relevant qualification you need to provide as a part of your application.
Okay. So sorry. So like, let's say if they don't have the relevant bachelor's degree, so can they, if the person is having like, let's say 4 years of experience or 5 years of work experience in that relevant field, so will that be accepted or not?
That will go by case basis. Yes, if that's what you mean by no formal. Sorry, I didn't really. So yes, we do for our postgraduate courses. There's two entries. So one with I just mentioned before with your relevant qualification to get in, and the other way is you do have intensive working experience directly related to the course you want to apply. Yes, you do need to provide very detailed on your resume, for example, to outlining what's your job descriptions. We can go case by case basis to be assessed by our professor.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Arabella. So students, so as Arabella said that if you have work experience, so that can be assessed case by cases. So if you have any these kind of queries, so you can just drop in your messages and then we will try to answer your questions. Yes, so I think, Javi, do you have anything to ask?
Another question, Arabella. Yeah, you mentioned different courses have different entry requirements, but are the requirements different for offshore and onshore students, or are they the same? What's
all the same? There is no difference.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so onshore and offshore, they have the same entry requirements. Okay, yeah, good to know.
That's pretty short answer.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Okay.
also, it's a file document.
Sorry, can I just jump in for what Harvey mentioned? I think I kind of getting, you want to ask more information. What you mean by onshore students? There will be particular different group which we haven't tapped in. For example, if you are international students, you study a high school here in Australia, which is requirement will be slightly different, just because when you study high school in Australia, not only WA, you study any states in Australia, and you want to come to Murdoch to study for the bachelor degree, that you do need to follow Australian high school system, which we call ATAR. So majority of the courses at Murdoch, as I mentioned, business, IT, engineering, we do have entry requirement of ATAR 70, which is pretty average. So that is a slightly different requirement. That's what we're looking at the particular onshore students, if that included as a part of your question. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. That's good to know.
Uh,
How about you, Karen? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Harvey, and thank you, Arabella. So Arabella, so just have one inquiry regarding the financial documents. So does Murdoch University require to show financial documents as a part of admission process?
Yes, definitely, because obviously as international students, it doesn't matter where you're coming from, you do have to show you have enough financial to support yourself, including your tuition fee, also a cost of living. I believe that will be part of assess for the student base as well. So all the detail, of course, Aussie will be able to help if any students interested, because obviously as a university, we are here to assess your eligibility to enroll the courses at university at Murdoch. But we all know if the international students want to get in Australia, the other part you need to do is to apply for your student visa. So I'm sure Aussie will be the professional agent to help the students regarding to that part of the inquiry. So, but from university, we do need to see your financial documents as well.
Okay, thank you, Arabella. So students, if you're looking to enroll in Murdoch University and you're confused with your financial documents, you can come and meet us, and then we will be able to guide you for the financial documents and other admission criteria. So moving forward, so Wendy, do you have any question for Arabella?
Yeah, I have some concern, some curious as well. So we were talking, and I think I asked you before about the foundation and English and all of these courses to get the student to qualify to enter the main course. Do we have a separate provider, or we have a partner provider that will provide these courses, or Murdoch gonna be directly provide these courses?
Yeah, sure, Wendy. So at Murdoch University, we do have pathway provider partners. As I mentioned earlier in the question, so also Wendy mentions, we do have on-campus provider, basically the name called Murdoch Institute of Technology. So they are on campus at Murdoch University. They're providing the students academic English program, also a foundation program, plus a diploma level qualification as well. So those are the courses available to all international students based on your a preference. For example, if the student doesn't meet direct entry to come to Murdoch University to study a bachelor degree, so perhaps the students need to go Murdoch Institute of Technology to study foundation for a little bit, and then once you complete that course, you will be eligible to directly join our bachelor degree. Also, if the student choose option of going to study diploma level course at MIT, then that means diploma. Once you finish your diploma course, you will come to Murdoch to start second year of your bachelor. So there's a different range of options. So Murdoch Institute of Technology is our on-campus provider, but also in Perth, Murdoch University have several different off-campus, but also it's actually a colleges in Perth available to international students to choose for the package provider as well. For example, Phoenix Academy or TAFE, or for example, Canning College, and also Waves. So for the detail, obviously, they provide all slightly different range of courses. They can all package up to Murdoch University for further study. So if any of you guys interested, obviously Aussizz will be the best one to consult for all the details.
Yes. So I think that solves a lot of student concern, because some students, they just not confident with the English yet, they're not familiar with the environment, so they want to start from like basic first, the foundation first. They can go on the main course with more ease. But I think that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think these pathway courses, they help a lot to the new starters who are very new to the university. So this pathway serves a very good thing to those students. Yeah, thank you, Arabella. So Arabella, if we talk about this COVID-19 pandemic, so are there any significant changes which is made in the admission process by Murdoch University for the people who are affected by this?
Well, it depends on the situation. Obviously, in general, we have to announce a very good news. For Western Australia, we are doing this COVID-19 pretty under control. So, as we speak now, Murdoch University is actually all the current students, which is actually in person, are back to campus. But of course, when you ask about pandemic, it does affect the students, which is overseas. We call offshore students. At the moment, obviously, because of Australian border is closed, those other students cannot travel back to Perth to join Murdoch. We actually providing an online learning to those students. Online learning, perhaps the students majority will ask, oh, it means I'm not going to do any interaction. Actually, no. So Murdoch University, we have this online study platform called Moodle, which available a long time ago for students. So it's not because of this new COVID-19 will create something new, but this online platform have a lot of interaction to our students. So which means although those are the offshore students cannot come to the campus, which you might be missing part of like a people contact, social activity, all that. But at Murdoch University, we made the changes. We move everything online available to students. For example, we make a lot of social events, which is online available to students. So you can still be contact interactions with your professors or with your classmates. So the only difference, obviously, instead of face-to-face, you are sitting in this online kind of platform, but you still have a lot of interaction. Even our lectures is online. So again, a lot of unique, specifically unique structures, reading material, everything will be available for online to our students. So it's a lot of information available. So it's not like just because it's online, you don't see anyone. Literally, you can't see people face to face. But anything else, which means the service from university to our students will remain exactly the same.
So that means people, while sitting in their home country, so they are getting an experience of Australian study if they are studying with Murdoch University. That's good to know that the online sessions are also very interactive. So if students have any problem, so someone is there to answer their queries. So that's very good to know. Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of our current students, which is actually in Perth, giving us a feedback about these online studies or interaction with the professor, even offshore, they really enjoy. So because of unfortunate this COVID-19 happened, so no one know what's going to happen. But I think as a university, we do provide a lot of different interaction resources to our students. So the students will get on track pretty quick. So that's what we are very pleased. Our students have a really wonderful experience.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Arabella, I just want to double check with you. So at the moment, you provide the online courses for all subjects, right? Like even the students apply for a new student visa and they haven't come here before, but they can still study online offshore. And then once the border is open, they can come back. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes, all of our courses, it is available online. So as you mentioned, Harry, if the students currently offshore, they were interested to study at Murdoch, get an offer letter, you still can start. Of course, we have even online orientation, recorded guidelines, a lot in detail available to students. We also have a student association available for, let's say, even you are new, but you are not alone. So once you welcome to our Murdoch community, so we have everyone welcome you. like today, we are in this virtual world, but you still can get information what you needed, and lots of students it's quite enjoyed, and they had even a lot of quick reply from professors as well, because obviously we all understand what happens around the world, and people can easily get frustrated just because you can't see someone face to face, and that's what Murdoch is working on. We want to provide the best service to our students to let them enjoy as a part of the studies at Murdoch.
Oh, cool. That's good to know. Thank you. I'll pass it to Wendy. Do you have any questions, Wendy?
Now we talk a lot about COVID, and then we talk about how we want to make like the academic experience of students, even the COVID, more enjoyable and more knowledgeable. But in the future, when everything come back to normal, when the students start to come back, and when COVID is starting to not that affect us anymore, what can the student expect from our delivery mode? Like, are we gonna have class in campus? Are we gonna have like online class? Are we gonna have like mixed kind of class? Like, what kind of delivery mode can they expect?
Well, obviously, I think we all know, even regardless about how long this COVID-19 is going to last, I think just to speak in general in Australia, for any international students as a part of your bachelor degree or master degree in Australia, the social connection is very important. Although you are here to get your qualification, you enjoy your study, but you're also here to meet the new friends. You're also here to really learn about Australian culture. You perhaps want to know what's the best food I can get in Paris, and what local people would do. So moving in the future, of course, once Australian border is open, then Murdoch, even now we're kind of back to the normal campus life. But moving in the future, we still will welcome students at campus. We have lots of interaction, because we believe that part of the journey for international students to have that interaction on campus. You do want to see your professors, you want to see them, to understand them, to have, as I mentioned before, for the online delivery, we do have that online platform available to all of our students. It doesn't matter you're international, you're domestic, it doesn't matter because of COVID-19, you can't come to Australia, but those are the online platform available to students, because you do have to realize this is university study. You need to have lots of proofreading, and then you need to plan time management. It's a new journey and very interesting journey. So Murdoch are really keen to welcome all the international students to come to our campus to enjoy your international studies here in Australia and here in Perth.
Mm. Yeah, you raise up a very interesting idea about students also come here to study about the life here, the people here as well. So that's what they actually, I think they can look forward to when the border is open again, and they can come back to uni again. So thanks.
Okay. Well, actually, I got another question. I think a lot of students are interested in scholarship. But just wondering, what are the offshore or onshore scholarship available for students?
Sure, that is a very good question. we do have two different kind of scholarship available to all international students. We divided by onshore, which is currently, if any international students here in Australia. So if you come join Murdoch to study, so you will get 20% scholarship towards your duration of your course where you study at Murdoch. So for how you apply, once you get our full offer, so we will address that scholarship into your offer letter to let the student know you are entitled to have this scholarship. For any students that are watching this today, if you're offshore, which means you're not in Australia at the moment, so we also have scholarship available to you as well. It does depend on what are the courses you want to apply. For example, if any students interested in study at Murdoch for business courses or nursing, we are giving students 12,000 Australian dollars a fee deduction. So which means they will also available on your offer letter. So once you have a full offer, apart from a student studying business and nursing, all the other courses, for example, IT, engineering, or any health degree, education, for example, we give the students at 11,000 Australian dollars a scholarship. So will be also available on your offer letter as well.
Oh, that's great to know. It's like a 20% off for the tuition fees for the onshore students, and 12,000 for the offshore students, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for students that study business or nursing.
Yeah. Or business or nursing. That's good. And also, because of the pandemic, is there any different arrangement for the initial payment? Like, do they need what kind of payment? How much do they need, like, for the initial payment?
So what we have, because of pandemic, we did make some changes we do understand what happened around the world. We made a slightly different arrangement for any new students which you're about to start study with Murdoch. For example, the semester we just started in July. If the students currently offshore, you have to do your online study. And we do understand online studies for new students, it can be a little bit unsure at the beginning. So what we're trying to do is, once you have offer from Murdoch universities, when you enroll unit, the students can choose from as a minimum of 1 unit to start with your semester, or you can do up maximum 4 units. So as we all know, if you are onshore here in Australia, to meet requirements as international students to study in Australia, you need to have 4 units enrolled per semester. But because of current pandemic situation, we actually can let this international student adjust their units to have a bit of a learn and taste first to see how they go. If they're happy with what they learn, and they can moving forward to enjoy full unit for the next semester.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, thank you, Arabella. Yeah, I'll pass back to Kieran. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Arabella, for such a long description about the scholarship. And it's very good to know that they don't have to apply separately the scholarship. So university is itself giving the scholarship if the student is eligible. So yeah, otherwise applying a separate scholarship, I think that's kind of like a student needs to see which scholarship he or she is eligible for. But it's very good that Murdoch is just giving by themselves only by assessing their application. So yeah. People who are looking for scholarship and looking for paying like less fees, so I think it's very affordable. You can just come and visit us, and then we can definitely help you for your enrollment in Murdoch University in whatsoever course you are looking for. Thank you so much, Arabella, for your time and for your time to do a live session. And just final words, if you have anything to say, anything for our students who wants to study in Murdoch.
I think Murdoch, we're having a lovely campus, really. I think we have a beautiful campus. We have lovely professors. The students are coming from all different parts of the world. I think we have that free learning, free thinking to welcome every single international student to come and join us. As I mentioned, for this whole entire session, we do offer a different range of courses, depends on what students want. I think we really care, and we really want to provide the best service and experience to any of our international students. So don't waste your time. If you're interested, or you hear the good news about Murdoch today, and you might be want to know more course information, please go ask Aussizz, and they will provide you a lot in detail. So we're just here waiting for you all to join us.
Thank you, Arabella, so much. We have got one question. So Shri Hari Krish, he just wants to know about Master of Engineering. So Shri Hari Krish, so could you please elaborate like what Master of Engineering you want to study?
Yeah.
Or maybe just Arabella, can you just generally answer the questions like what Master of Engineering we have in Murdoch?
Well, that's the question I want to ask the students. What do you mean by you want to know more about Master of Engineering? Well, I can say this is 2 years course. the master degree. So we have intro requirement of, obviously the student need to provide you English requirement of IELTS equivalent 6.0, and you do need to provide your academic qualification as well as your equivalent to Australia AQF level 7, which is bachelor degree. On the top of that, I think that's the general course information. I'm not sure if the students more information what the students want to know. Is the student able to provide more detail? What more information?
Yeah, that's what we have asked. But that's okay. We will, Shri Hari, we will be in touch with you, and then we will try to sort out your query. Yeah, thank you so much, Arabella, for your time. Thank you very much, and that was really a very interactive and informative session for all of us and for all of our international students as well.
Thank you all for inviting me today. Thank you, Wendy and Harry.
Thank you.
No worries. Okay. Yeah. Any questions that can help, or no more questions?
Yeah, I think that's all the questions. So we will be in touch with Shri Hari Krishna. So to send his inquiry, yeah. So thank you, audience, for watching our live session. If you have any questions, so you can still drop in the comment section, and we will be in touch with you later on. If you have anything related to Murdoch, what kind of courses they have, what kind of scholarship, what are the intakes, what are the entry requirements, we are very happy to help you in this. Just leave down your questions and we will be in touch with you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.